In a high-stakes showdown between two teams with contrasting trajectories, the San Antonio Spurs emerged victorious, edging out the Denver Nuggets 113-110 in a thriller that was decided in the final seconds. The game was a showcase of individual brilliance, with rookie sensation Victor Wembanyama putting on a performance that belied his age. The 19-year-old Frenchman finished with 35 points and 18 rebounds, but it was his crucial defensive play with just seconds left that sealed the victory for San Antonio. With the Nuggets trailing by a point and poised to make one last attempt to win, Jokic looked to pass to a teammate, but Wembanyama anticipated the move, intercepted the ball, and quickly passed it to Devin Vassell for a dunk that sent the Spurs to victory. Throughout the night, it was clear that this was a matchup of two of the NBA's most dominant players. Nikola Jokic, the reigning NBA Finals MVP, continued his MVP-caliber form with an outstanding line of 41 points, 18 rebounds, and 9 assists, falling just shy of a triple-double. His performance was masterful, and at several points, it seemed like he was single-handedly keeping the Nuggets in the game. However, despite Jokic's heroics, Denver could not overcome the Spurs' late-game surge and defensive stops when they mattered most. The game was a back-and-forth affair, with both teams taking turns asserting control. Wembanyama, despite battling foul trouble for much of the second half, demonstrated his growing poise and offensive prowess, especially with two huge three-pointers in a key moment of the fourth quarter. His clutch shots helped the Spurs rally after Denver had briefly taken a 5-point lead, and they ultimately held a 109-108 advantage with just over a minute remaining. While Wembanyama delivered in the clutch, his night wasn't without its blemishes. The 7'4" phenom struggled with turnovers, finishing with 8 on the night, often trying to do too much in an attempt to create for his teammates or himself. Despite the turnovers, the Spurs were able to limit their mistakes, committing only 6 as a team. This discrepancy in ball control was a critical factor in securing the win, as the Nuggets weren't able to capitalize on San Antonio's miscues. The Nuggets, on the other hand, had their own challenges. Michael Porter Jr. contributed a solid 22 points and delivered an emphatic dunk with just under 3 minutes left, showcasing his fearlessness even in the presence of Wembanyama near the rim. However, it was Porter's missed 34-foot three-pointer at the buzzer that prevented Denver from forcing overtime and kept the Spurs from letting the game slip away. Had Porter made the shot, the momentum would have swung in Denver's favor, but instead, the Spurs celebrated a hard-earned victory. Despite their loss, the Nuggets were able to find some positives. Jokic's performance was one of the brightest, with his near triple-double showing just how much of a force he remains in all facets of the game. Porter's confidence was also a bright spot, as he wasn't afraid to attack the rim or take difficult shots in the crunch time. However, Denver's struggles in back-to-back games were once again evident, as they dropped to 2-5 in the first leg of such stretches. In contrast, the Nuggets have been flawless in the second leg of back-to-backs, winning all 6, which they'll hope to continue when they face the Spurs again on Saturday night. For San Antonio, the win was a testament to the Spurs' resilience and the budding potential of their young core. Beyond Wembanyama, the Spurs got solid contributions from key role players like Devin Vassell, who finished the game with 16 points, and Keldon Johnson, who provided valuable scoring and defense throughout. The Spurs were able to ride out the final moments thanks to their ability to execute in key moments, even as the Nuggets mounted one last push. As the game progressed, the pace of play quickened, with both teams exchanging rapid-fire three-pointers in the third quarter. This flurry of deep shots, 3 straight for San Antonio, followed by 2 for Denver, provided an exciting display of shooting as the game moved into the final stages. This exchange of baskets highlighted the offensive talent on display, but it was the Spurs' defense in the final minutes that proved to be the difference-maker. With the victory, San Antonio handed Denver its first loss in 4 games, snapping their 3-game winning streak. The loss highlighted some of the Nuggets' vulnerabilities, especially in games played as part of back-to-back sets. Nevertheless, Denver will look to regroup and bounce back in the second leg of the back-to-back, which will be played in San Antonio. Both teams will have a short turnaround as they face off again Saturday night, with San Antonio aiming to build on this hard-fought win and Denver hoping to avoid a second consecutive loss. For Wembanyama, the game served as another step in his development as a future superstar in the NBA. The victory provided a glimpse of his potential to impact games on both ends of the floor, and his timely steal and assist to Vassell showed the poise he possesses in high-pressure moments. With his dynamic playmaking ability and elite defense, Wembanyama continues to impress as one of the most exciting young players the league has seen in years. As the season progresses, his growth will be something to watch, and this game will likely go down as a defining moment in his early career.